And we're back from break. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing all right.
You know me, man.
Cool.
Staying sassy, keeping classy.
Do you know what my uncle says when you ask him how he's doing? Cousin, not uncle. Fat, short, and stupid, or something like that.
How's it going? Still fat, short, and stupid.
Pretty much.
All right, so we're gonna keep going. Trina is on his way back, even though you can't see him. You just see the picture of him playing Dragon Realms.
So wait, I gotta say this right before we get back into everything. And Chewy's not here, so it's perfect to say. Chewy, like as soon as we got off into the break, Chewy's like, I don't like no one can see me, but I've been doing squats all day. Like during the movies, like during the whole show, it's like I'm doing no exercise. I'm squatting and like doing my leg sit up lifts and everything. I was like, I want the camera to come back on so we see that. Like I wanted to start working again and then like kick the camera on when he's working out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still just a black screen.
I know. I'm waiting. I'm just hoping that the tech gods are with me.
Right?
That's awesome.
Like he's in the middle of like mid squat and we're just like getting him. He's like, and he still keeps doing it, and we just don't say anything for the rest of the
thing. I love that.
So we were talking a little bit, and I somebody posted in the chat channel that the Eve subscription model is probably one of the best ones, and it's the same one that WildStar uses, and EverQuest 1 and EverQuest 2 use it. Basically, if you accumulate enough in-game currency, you use that in-game currency to buy an item, and with that item, you can buy game time. And I like it, except for when I'm not playing the game enough in order to sustain it, because it's, especially with a game like Eve, is like as long as you can keep that level of productivity up enough that you're always getting that cash flow in, or the ISK flowing into your account, so that you can go out and shell out the money to buy I forget what they call it in Eve. It's Plex. Pilot license extender or something like that. So as long as you got the income flow coming in enough volume in order to buy the subscription, that's great. But the moment that you can't, guess what? You can't even play the game. You have to go reaching for your wallet. And I that's why I say it. I like it until I don't, and that's when I don't like it. I think that when it comes to something like EverQuest 1 or EverQuest 2, it's like if you don't have the money to buy the subscription, you can still play the game. You just play it at the non-subscribed level instead of the subscribed level. And Eve is a game where market volatility is always in effect. And so like 1 month you're like, okay, my budget is I need to come up with like 640 million ISK to be able to buy Plex. And next month it's like, oh crap, now it's up to 700 and I only got 650 because that's 10 million more than what I thought I needed. And I did play Eve, but I never played it to the extent where I was able to afford, to continue playing the game and buy my subscription with Plex. And so for me, it was just safer to stay with the subscription.
I played WildStar, and they were implementing CRED, which stands for Certificate of Research, Exploration, Destruction, and Development.
Whoa.
Or CRED for short. As
because the game is kind of a comedy game, right?
Yeah, right. And the way that system worked is that you could buy the CRED and sell it on the auction house, much like the Chronos in EverQuest 1 and EverQuest 2. And you can use, like, if you wanted to keep playing the game for free, like, it allowed you, like, you bought the game, but let's say if you were good at making in-game currency, you could buy that for whatever amount that is, and then on the auction house, you can keep playing the game that way. So it allowed people to kind of keep playing. I think that's great if you can work the auction house and you can work your concessions out, and if the game allows you to do that, cool. It just has to be a viable option. But if the economy is kind of crap, then...
No, I really liked EverQuest 2, and it's weird because I was always against selling of in-game money for real money. There's always been those third-party vendors where you can go and buy in-game cash and they'll send it to you for like $20. But the Chronos, or these kind of like creds or whatever, sort of legitimize the transferring of money in and out of the in-game economy. Like I can pay for a Chronos and I can sell it to another player who then gives me the plat for it. So it's really like keeping the money buying within the game, within the company.
Right,
so
right.
Still
I think
making money doing it, right? Instead of an outside
Well,
source taking
and
the money.
that there's like I don't think that game development companies have there's no way to prevent it. So the best way to like control it is to control it, and that way you have more
Yeah.
because otherwise like you're absolutely right. Just like when we're talking about the transfer of real currency for in-game currency, that type of thing. Like if you don't have some sort of system in place, then those third-party pirate hacker type of things, they'll pop up because they'll take advantage of that. And so like I think that game companies at this point in time are just being like, listen, we understand that like there's no easy solution there, and so the best system is to control it. And we make a little bit of money on the top of it, but still we're controlling it.
And it allows the players that can't really afford the game that they want to play monthly, if they're really good at making money in game, versus like somebody who's not, or somebody who just wants to raid and not worry about crafting and have to make money. It's kind of like a win-win for both sides. All three parties gonna get something out of it. So
I mean, Second Life wasn't like a traditional MMO in any sense, but they had a full economy to where, at any time you could take your lindens, which they called the in-game currency, sell it to the actual company and they'd cash you out. Like there was a real dollar value to every in-game currency. So, I mean, I made like $100 a month one time just putting together this little fireworks show that I made in there and selling it to somebody. And I mean, it turned into real cash real quick. I thought that was awesome. I guess that's what Player Studio sort of is now in the newer games.
I think that's honestly like the best next step that you can take is that, okay, so now we're controlling how people are getting services in the game that they want to pay for with real life currency that makes it easier for them than trying to trust weird, sketchy third-party websites. And now we can see like the next step forward is like, okay, well now how do we get that creative environment and get players to get cash from the game because of what they're doing? Landmark and the Player Studio is a great way of it. Like those are all fantastic. I think that for the most part, in most MMOs, those are great things.
Yep. It's cool. Wait, and I got a question real quick. Was it like at some point, maybe a year or two ago, didn't EVE allow you to use that in-game currency that they could sell to buy video cards? Like they had a limited stock in the video cards.
No, in EVE Online, maybe you mean buy it specifically through CCP?
Yes.
That I don't know. I do know that you used to be able, or maybe you still can, like renting a TeamSpeak server or a Ventrilo server. You can pay for all of those services that you would normally have to pay for with real cash. Like there are places that you can go to get those services, and you can pay in ISK.
Yeah. I remember like it was like a big thing on CCP's website. You paid them ISK, and you can get like these NVIDIA graphic cards.
I wonder if that has more to do with like the in-game economy, like because when you have money generation, like basic economy, right? If you have a currency producer that's producing currency and you don't have enough of a currency sink so that the currency is leaving the economy, that you have inflation because the value of that currency goes down.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It was EVE Online to offer graphics cards in return for Plex.
That's different because Plex isn't the ISK. That is actually you pay real money for the Plex.
Yeah, and I guess it would 20 Plex for the hardware, which costs close to $200 at US retail.
Damn.
Yeah. I guess people did it.
Yeah, see, the thing about Plex is that like ISK is generated in the game by doing in-game things, right? So like you go and you kill a pirate ship, right, and then you sell it to whatever, like the whatever wreckage you harvest, you can sell it, you get ISK. Plex is different in that it is only created when a person deposits real money into, CCP's account. So like I pay $15 and I buy a Plex. That's the only way the Plex is created. So like I can see that is more of a real, cash value transition.
Is there any way to get Plex through ISK? Is like so?
Yes. You can go in the game and buy Plex with the ISK that you have, but in order for that Plex to exist, a player had to give CCP money. I mean,
I wonder if somebody looked at that Eve system and was like, I can create a system outside, and then bam, Bitcoin.
Oh my god. Right? That would be the ultimate nerd currency, like, right?
Right there, right.
I've got my computer over here, and it's mining current Bitcoin, and then I take the Bitcoin and I sell it on this website for ISK, and then I take my ISK and I buy Plex, and I play Eve for free, and all I have to do is leave my computer running.
Right?
I could totally see Talon doing that.
There's a reason why it came so easily to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally see doing
something.
But okay, fine.
Talon would have the market cornered by a week's end.
No, I hate in-game economies and trying to micromanage them, and that was actually.
No, he just micromanaged me to micromanage them. Hey, could you go check my computer, make sure it's still on? Thanks, love you, bye. I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
You're his accountant.
So, but I was gonna, drop the bomb about now that we're talking about sub-based games, right? We're talking about Warcraft, and like, I make no secret of the fact that I'm playing Warcraft right now with some real life friends, and if there was any other MMO that my friends were playing, I would be playing that because I don't necessarily want to be playing Warcraft, but that's what my friends are playing, so that's what I play so that I can play with them. And now that I'm back in Warcraft, just give me a sub-based game. Give me a sub-based game, no cash store, no like buy extra stuff with other currency, because I'm tired of trying to keep up and having to spend real money in order to keep up. Because right now there's achievements in the game, right? And to get like the mount achievements, it's easier if you just go to the cash store and buy all the mounts that are on the cash shop. And it's like, and I'm tired of it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. All of the mounts I have, I earned through like, do whatever it was that gave me that mount, I earned it that way. Whatever, like, there's only one pet that I bought, and that was like right after they announced they're like, oh, hey, you can buy these little companions, and here they are. And there was like 3 of them, and I bought one because it was like new. And ever since then, I'm like, no, this is stupid. I don't ever want to do this again. And I bought the little TK.
He bought it because it was supposed to laugh at his vanquished foes in PvP.
You kill someone and it laughs at them. It was kind of cool. In theory. In reality, not so much.
Not so much. I remember that. Also,
because I played a healer. Right?
That's even funnier. I can't say anything. Like, as soon as like the first thing that went up for sale, which was the Sparkle Pony, like who day one, who was the first guy to run in there with the Celestial Steed? This guy.
Honey, when did you get yours? When did you get yours?
So, I used to work for I used to manage apartments many moons ago, and I worked for a management company, and the management company worked directly with the owner. So the management company was who I reported to, but they reported to the owner. Well, one random day, about 3 or 4 weeks before Christmas, the owner of the apartment community showed up.
Oh, that's right.
At my apartment community, and walked in my office. I had no idea who he was or anything, so I started doing my spiel, trying to get him to rent an apartment. And he's like, oh no, honey, I own this place. I don't want to rent one. I could live here if I wanted to. And I was like, oh, hi, how are you? What are you doing here? I've never met you before. And he hands me a Christmas card, says, have a good day, Merry Christmas, thanks for watching out for my place, and he leaves. So I was like, oh, cool, Christmas card. And I open it, and inside is a gift card with real money on it. And I literally shut my office down, took my lunch at that very moment, ran into my apartment, logged into World of Warcraft, and bought Sparkle Pony on site. I was like, oh yeah, I don't have to spend my money on a mount, but I still get it.
Really wanted it.
Yeah, I wanted it so bad.
But yeah,
Mr. Sparkle's the rainbow fartastic pony that.
There's mounts that if I could buy them with real money, I would have bought them a while ago. And there are still some mounts that if I had the money and was willing, because I have the money, it's just I'm not willing. Mounts.
Yeah, and I'm done with it. I don't. I'm paying the subscription. I should have access to everything in the game, and that's where I'm at. If I'm paying the subscription, I don't want to have anything behind like you have to pay for it. Let me earn it in the game, and that goes into things like the trading card game. Is that where you got like some of the things that you could get in game?
Yeah.
And I'm even like when you bought the collector's edition of StarCraft 2, I think that you got like a Murloc pet, like the Murloc pet in the Marine armor. And I'm no, I mean like these are all those little transactions that bother me because it's like this is one MMO and it's a sub-based MMO. It should stay that way. And I should have access to everything in that MMO if I'm paying a sub without having to pay money elsewhere. Now that doesn't mean like I'm owed the mount for killing like heroic, whatever raid boss. Like a lot of times there's a chance that amount drops, right? I'm not owed that mount just simply because I'm paying for the sub, but I'm owed that opportunity to earn it every week. And if I don't get it, then I always try again next week. But there are some mounts and some pets in the game that I don't have access to because I won't pay for it. And that really bothers me. If I go a little bit further, I'll wrap this up with how I feel about EverQuest Next because they've already said it's going to be a free to play game. But I was going to, let you guys get your voice in the conversation, and then we can go back to that.
It's almost as ranty about it as my previous rants of please don't make me pay more for special colors. Almost.
Like I said, that's a whole other can of worms.
And I promised I would never bitch about it again. I was simply saying that is almost as ranty as that, previous mentality.
Which I think you and I are on the same page with that mentality. So don't worry. It's okay. I think it's crazy that Blizzard would sell, level. I know the level 90 character boost comes with the Warlords of Draenor, but if you wanted to buy it separately for another $2, it's $60.
Well, again, but we were just talking about like the reason that Blizzard kind of had to do it is because they had to control the process. Because if they don't control the process, then people go to third-party websites and pay for that service outside of the game, and so it's like, you got me there. You got me there, but that's outside of the game. That's not inside of the game.
So, all right. Well, and that's World of Warcraft. Before I jump into Final Fantasy, I think we should talk about the Elder Scrolls because that is something that still has a sub. And Sunglare, who's in the Helsing Army, had mentioned to us yesterday that he still is paying for his Elder Scrolls Online. Tanner, did you want to talk about that yet?
No, that perfect opportunity to because.
All right, perfect. Yeah, he's still paying for his Elder Scrolls Online sub and hasn't touched the game in months. So he's still supporting a game he doesn't play, which I can tell you I've been guilty of with World of Warcraft, where I've not canceled my subscription before and like let it run maybe 5-6 months. It's like, oh, I'll go back. Maybe I'll log in maybe one time in a week just to maybe poke around or check my mail or something. And literally hop around the city.
What is that? Like the people that buy a gym membership and then never show up? They're like the gym owners' best friends. I love those customers. Yep. And then Blizzard and was it? I can't pronounce the name of Bethesda. Whoever makes Elder Scrolls, they get like, I love those players. They pay us, they never log in. They're like the best. They never send any emails to customer support.
I feel bad because I think Sungler's going to listen to this and forget he still has it because he said he was going to cancel it, and he's going to listen to this tomorrow and be like, "Oh yeah, I got to cancel my subscription to TSO."
But that does bring up the question, because I know that because we talked about it before the show. Like I am currently subscribed to Warcraft, and that's the only game. I only allow myself to be subscribed to one game at a time. I've tried it before in the past of being subscribed to multiple games, and I've never felt like I'm getting. It always feels like I'm not putting as much time into one game or the other. And so, that's not, I plan on playing EverQuest next, and I'm going all access as soon as it's out, and I've told all my friends that are playing Warcraft, it's like, yeah, I'm playing Warcraft with you right now because I don't see anything else out on the market right now that I'd rather be playing. But the moment that EverQuest next launches, see ya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you're different. How do you feel about that?
Well, I pay for all access for the moment. I may cancel depending on a couple things. One, H1Z1 it kind of hasn't been poked its head out yet. Like I was kind of expecting that to kind of come out and be like, all right, well here's early access, come play it and figure it out. All right, I'm not getting it yet, so okay. EverQuest next? Not out yet, so I'm not like, I have nothing really driving me, and I should probably go cancel that, because I'm not currently playing anything that's SOE, which...
that requires a subscription.
Exactly.
But you're building up that massive bankroll of station cash.
I will say this though: out of my $15 a month, I do get subscription to everything, and I do get $5 in return in the form of station cash. And if I keep just hoarding that money, eventually I will be the Mac Daddy millionaire of station cash. and then Sony's gonna come to me and be like, "Listen, we need you to start buying stuff," and I'll be like, "Nope." And then one day I'm just gonna go in and buy everything. Just buy everything in every game.
Are you gonna? Did you watch? Did you watch the extra credit video, extra lives video during the break? Or would you buy a couple of those money bombs and throw them? In my vicinity.
Yep. I would do that. Like, I would just take my money just to show how much money I have. How much? Right. How station cash rich are you, Flatus? Like monocle top hat station cash rich, where I would throw money bombs out at people and let them pick out the goods and be like, "Hello there, peons. Here's the money bombs. Have at you. Ha ha. Oh, have some boiled goose today."
Oh.
I would.
Wow.
I would roll into town RP if I could get like a monocle in a top hat in a game, and just throw money bombs at people and just call them peons and walk around just throwing things at people that they can pick up off the ground. I would do that. In a heartbeat. I would be that one guy everybody's like, I can't hate him, he's giving us free stuff.
I haven't had my all access pass since they announced Vanguard was closing. The day they announced it, I canceled my subscription. Tears.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing for Landmark yet. Like, we're seeing a cash shop and all that. Why are there no bonuses to my harvesting and things like that with my free-to-play access or my all-access access? I would really like to see that in the game soon, because that's
even better.
I have mine.
Even better. Here's a better option. If you're willing to pay them $15 a month for all access, have it so that your claim doesn't run out. You don't have to pay.
Yeah,
for your
right.
Claim.
That's an awesome.
Why should I'm paying you $15? Why should I have to pay for my claim to not?
Well, you just buy copper from the station cash store in Landmark and pay your... Oh, no, you don't even have to do that anymore. You don't have to do the...
You can just straight up pay for it with station cash.
I could pay for it with station cash, or just say, here's the benefits of being a all-access member. You don't have to worry about paying us your your weekly fee.
I still kind of agree with them that even when you're not playing the game, they need to have some sort of system in place to remove the abandoned claims. And I can see somebody, playing for a week, building something, and then going and playing like PlanetSide, playing for something like that, forgetting that they have this build that they started in Landmark, and then it sits there for months and then years.
Why it's to the login bonus, because right now you have to log into one of the games to get your station cash and claim it, so you can just say, hey, to claim your Landmark specific bonus, you need to log into Landmark once a month or something.
Maybe if you don't, you log in and that starts a 30-month count or a 30-day countdown, and if you don't log in within 30 days, then your claim is deleted. But all you have to do to reset the timer is just go log back in.
I would resub for that, because I can remember to log in every 30 days, but the whole whatever it is right now, and then go harvest up a bunch of freaking copper. And yeah, no, I can't remember that. I am too busy for that shit, yo. Just let me pay you $15 a month, and I would be happier, and I would actually maintain 2 subscriptions if I could just keep my claim by logging in once a month. Hello, Sony, is this shit on? Are you listening?
I would make something ugly. Just build something ugly. And just log in. Make sure I log in every 30 days. And just be like, and make sure it's like a cross or something nice. And then every time that guy logged in, he's like, I gotta look at that. Every time I log in.
That was one of my first things one of my first thoughts about Landmark was like, I really want to know who my neighbors are, because the last thing I want to do is make this castle with these majestic arches and these causeways and flight and buttresses or whatever, and like having gorgeous views of the.
And then it's that one neighbor that has like all the trash in their front yard.
Right. And then who was it that did the car up on blocks in his claim? Like he built it out of voxels like that guy. There's my neighbor.
I would buy that off the studio with my amounts of station cash. Put it on my front lawn. I would be like, if someone made a trailer and a car up on blocks and like a tree tire, like a tire swing, and that somebody legendary said a 6 claim bear butt. I would do that, like a giant back end of a bear. That's all it is the back end of a bear. 6 claim wide, giant as could be.
Right, and if you're listening online, or later catching us on Stitcher or on YouTube, it was Voidless who made he did the claim that had the car up on blocks in it, and it was basically the trashy neighbors that you don't want to have next to you. He did that build.
Which is fantastic, and I would stay next to him.
Totally applaud him. But at the same time, it's I don't want. I'll move my build if he won't.
Oil! Like someone says, there needs to be. Someone says there needs to be an oil baron flatus costume. Get on that, Sony.
Oh my god! So instead of calling him Mr. Bunny Bags, we're gonna start calling him Mr. Money Bombs.
Mr. Money Bombs, flatus money bombs.
Oh my god, that's fantastic. Flattest money bombs.
Yep. Ladies, if you want the money bomb.
Oh god.
But that is, when we're talking about
prostitution, I hear Flatus.
He ignored the last message I sent him.
Oh my. What did I miss? Oh no, I remember the last time it brought it up. He was like, do you have an in-game wife yet?
Yeah. He's like, ladies, if you want somebody that's got the money in game, you just send me a message. I, during EverCast, immediately sent him a message and been like, are you married in game? Because I'm not. That was fucking perfect.
Oh, yeah. Nice. So,
I was gonna say, let me jump into Final Fantasy. Go ahead.
Jump in what?
That's what I was about to say. Let's go to Final Fantasy 14 and their subscription, and then last 15 minutes we'll talk about how we feel about EverQuest Next and the All Access Pass, because they've already said it's going to be free to play. We know what their business model is going to be. We see evidence of it in everything that they've said about the game so far. So Flatus, you're the one that's playing Final Fantasy 14 right now. Why don't you have the mic?
Both those things I am doing. Yeah, all right, real quick. Well, Final Fantasy 14 just had their fan festival this weekend. And when I was talking to Tamlin Saturday, I told him, it's got 2.5 million players. And Tamlin's like, what? It's got how many? And I said 2.5. And he's like, worldwide? I was like, yeah. I was like, why? He's like, that's a lot more than I expected. I was like, oh, what was the number? He's like, that's about 2 million more than I thought they would have.
Yeah.
A lot of people, Final Fantasy is very quiet. It's almost like a rogue. You don't see it coming, and bam, your kidneys are done. And I love Final Fantasy games. I grew up, one of my very first games on the game was Final Fantasy.
It was my first NES. One of my first Christmases after I had my own NES, we got Final Fantasy and the first Final Fantasy and Adventures of Link. Not Adventures of
Was it
Legends of Zelda. I'm like, oh my god, oh god, where's my nerd card? I gotta turn it in.
I have never owned an NES in my entire life. It's like one of the systems that I've always wanted.
It's cool and all, but you're not missing much because you spent like half of the time going.
I can say this: if you want to play NES games, if you
get an emulator.
You can get an emulator. I have a Dreamcast. For those that have Dreamcast, wink. There are ways of winking, getting emulator wink, or you can do it wink on your computer wink.
Wow.
But besides that, yeah, a lot of winks there. But like when Square Enix did the impossible, like things I never saw a company do this before, but I think they actually did the impossible. One, they made a game that was terrible. And I say that first because it really was. If you played the first 1.0 of Final Fantasy XIV, it was terrible. It was really bad. The UI was sucked. The AI was terrible. The questing was far from anything. And it was a really bad game. It was so bad that, and part of it was that they outsourced a lot of the MMO to another company. Come a year later, they were like, all right, we need to do something. So they wrote it into the game that they would destroy the world, and they literally did. They made it in-game that monsters would start rising. Bahamut, which is one of the old gods, would come out and destroy the world, and he did. And that's how they ended it. The servers the next day were gone. Like, there was enough monsters killed. Yeah, that's how they closed it out. So they wrote it in-game, and it's very cool to see because they were going to say, all right. And what they did is that they went bankrupt creating a Realm Reborn. They were they didn't go bankrupt. They were on the verge of losing their MMO sector. And they said, all right, if this does not fly, we are done for. They were losing money. They put a bunch of money they didn't have into it, and they created Final Fantasy and Realm Reborn. 2.0 launches, and the game blows up. First launch in that I've ever seen that a game had no server. The only thing that issue it had is it had the art gauge issue where they had to stop selling the game. The game sold so much that they didn't have the server capacity to run it, so they had to wait. They had to literally stop. I couldn't get I didn't pre-order the game, and I couldn't buy the game for a month. I had to wait a month to buy the game.
Damn.
So they've grown since then, and in that time they've had. Now, in the 28th, there will be their fourth major content patch, and the new expansion was announced this weekend, and it's coming out in spring 2015, within 16 months of launch of game, and they're going to have another fifth major content patch right before the launch of the expansion.
Wow.
Within 16 months, which is better than World of Warcraft, because it's been a year without content for World of Warcraft before Draenor. So,
yeah, it's
true.
So... 2.5 million, and they're cross-platform on too. The game also plays on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. So now, not only am I playing with people that are on PC, I'm also playing with people that are on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3.
So
it's seamless, and it's seamless.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up because those were my two questions. One is are there platform-specific servers? Right? Do you have an Xbox server? Do you have because I didn't think that Xbox and PlayStation.
Well, Xbox 360 did it. They allowed it for... Now, Microsoft is very iffy with... Like, they don't want Xbox Live mixing with other services. They did it for Final Fantasy XI. They said no to Final Fantasy XIV. I think that was a stupid mistake on their part. I think that was so dumb. Because a lot of draw for a lot of 360 players from 11 were like, oh, I'll get an Xbox One if 14 comes to 1. And 360 didn't happen.
Yeah, because that the way that you said it reminded me that Defiance went free to play. That's another Treon.
Oh, Triumph,
but they have PC servers, they have PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 servers, and they have Xbox servers. But you can't. There's no cross-platform servers. Like if you're playing on your Xbox, you're playing with other people on their Xbox. You're not playing with other people on a PC or a PlayStation.
Yeah, and to get it even crazier thoughts a little bit, like Legend. Who said it in chat? Rufor said, yeah, 11 was one of their most profitable Final Fantasy. It really was. It made them a lot of money, and 14 is making them now a lot of money, and they're doing a lot of things right. Is it still pay monthly? Yes. Is it the AI that you'd want from EverQuest X? No. But is it a lot of fan service? Yeah, absolutely. Like, they're adding things from the game, like, people that played Final Fantasy VII, the Golden Saucer's coming in 8.45, which is going to be like a casino where you can go race your chocobos for money and in-game currency, like the gil and stuff, like you place bets and race it. And
race your chocobo?
Yeah, your mount. Yeah, you can actually like hop on your mount, and then you can actually raise your mount, so you can actually like say, "Oh, I want to try to put it like get as fast as possible." So they added this. They added farming, like a lot of things that you're seeing in Arcade and other games. They added. So I agree with Canlin. Like if I had to choose a freemium or free to play model, I'd probably just pick the one that I'm going to pay monthly for and get all the stuff added for free. Because I'm getting it.
Right, and that's so. My other question is that like they just announced over the weekend that they're doing their first expansion, or is it their second expansion?
First.
Now, do you have to buy that expansion, or does it just come with being a subscribed member?
You're gonna have to buy it.
Yeah, see.
But I believe if they do anything like they did with Final Fantasy XI, usually like they do the model where like you pick up that, you'll get like the first, like you'll get different, like you don't have to buy that and the first part of the game, like like 11, like you can pick up the expansion and get everything behind that. Unlike Warcraft, until recently they've been adding it to the battle chest now, but before
I guess that has something to do with silly accountants and doing stuff, because for one, I hate that. I you know. So here's an example, right? So like the basics game is $40, right? We'll just say that expansion $40 for a game. If they increase their subscription like $1 a month and did an expansion every 40 months, I'd be totally cool with it. But then they charge me $40 when the expansion is going to launch. I really don't like that. I would rather than just create a subscription that covers the cost of future expansion type stuff.
I agree with you. I would like to see that, but I don't know what the expansion is going to cost with them. But I'll say this: like, A Realm Reborn went on sale a lot. Like they're not afraid to like say, 50% off. Like I've seen them throughout the last year drop it from full price down to 50% off easy, like on Steam, on anywhere, Amazon. I bought it for my friends. I bought 2 copies of the game because it was on sale for 50% off on Amazon on a weekend. And their entry, like they don't mind dropping the price every once in a while, so you can buy it and get in there.
Yeah, and so like I kind of. Like I said, it's probably accountants that kind of run that thing, because it's like, okay, so this revenue stream is covering these costs, and this revenue stream covers these costs, and once these costs are paid off, like once we've sold enough expansion packs to cover the cost of making the expansion, now it's pure profit. But yeah. And then your subscription that you're paying for is actually like it's earmarked or whatever to pay for like customer service and GMs and server support and all of that type stuff. Because honestly, just like give me one price and I pay it every month and I play your game, and I never have to worry about like the expansion that's coming out and like when am I going to get it, or do I want to get it this paycheck or next paycheck? Just let me play the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I want to see how much it's going to cost for the expansion. Like, I'll probably get it, because EverQuest Next probably won't be out by the time that expansion comes out. So I'll be like, I'm getting it. I'm going to go play it.
Right.
And it's going to be fun, because I get to do stuff like build an airship with my guild, which I want to do. By the way, if you're thinking about playing Final Fantasy or you're interested, message me here on Twitch. I have Crayola Kitty and Sunglare playing currently, and we're going to recruit, and we kind of want to raid and stuff, and there's some cool stuff you can do in games. So, and Kit's already on her way to making a buttload of money, so she's going to buy us a guild house. So, she already sold something for like over 100,000, 200,000 gil on the marketplace. She's
damn.
Oh no, Crayola Kitty's got that market covered. She's our secret weapon to making money for the game.
So sign her up for the for whatever guild we end up in EverQuest Next. Because I want someone in the guild who can buy us all the nice things.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Well, it's gonna be me with my money bombs.
Oh right. And you've got
really. Now the question is like, where do I get my money bombs? It's probably from her. Behind every rich man is a woman who knows how to make the money.
All right. So,
Wow.
Final thoughts on sub-based games that are not EverQuest Next. Chewy, are you still there? We can't actually.
Sorry, that was.
He's doing squats.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel the burn. I don't know. I'm not playing for a single sub game right now. My thoughts are that if it's a fun game, I will pay for it. I never had a problem with that. I just hated getting ripped off. So I mean, I paid for EverQuest. I paid for EverQuest 2. Even when I didn't play for like a year, I still paid for EverQuest 2. It just kept going. But it didn't bother me at all. So I'm totally okay with a subscription model. I do agree with you two in your conversation. With the whole expansion nonsense or being forced cash shop content on top of the sub model is terrible. If I'm paying $15 a month, give me everything I can have for $15 a month. I would like to see expansions completely free if I was already paying $15. Oh my god, what is chat talking about? This cast. Okay, that's my thought. Yeah.
Wow.
What is going on in chat right now? See, for the audio listeners, this is what you're missing out on when you don't watch live.
I said Chiweda's probably naked because he can't see his camera.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so those are my thoughts. That is great. Free to play is great. Just don't rip me off and let me have fun in the game. Bill, I love the extra credits video. I love the fact that design should be the major focus. If you're gonna try and make money off a calf shop, or if you're going with the subscription model, make it so I don't feel bad buying it. Make it so I'm having fun, engaged, and then it doesn't matter. It's money coming out of my pocketbook. Because, I mean, $15, that's a movie. If I can get a month of gameplay out of the price of a movie ticket, I'm completely happy.
Yeah, and that's the way I've always looked at it, too, is like, it's my entertainment budget. I'm comfortable putting out $15 a month for an entertainment, Like, I come home from work, I kick up my feet, I play a little MMO.
It's true. He does.
I will say this though, like I'm kind of okay with like the $15 a month, and I'm willing to pay Square. I didn't say anyone else Square the money for an expansion because the amount of content I get with each patch. Like this next patch in 2.4 that's coming out on the 28th, I'm getting a whole new class. I'm getting a rogue class and the ninja job. I'm getting a class in the middle, not an expansion. This is a patch, and I'm getting a class.
Right.
And I'm getting more story. I'm getting all new story arcs. Another 4 hours of more story for the main storyline. I get the Hildebrand missions with a couple more boss fights and the new Shiva Primal raid fight and the last part of the Bahamut raid. So, and a whole new dungeon as well on top of that, and all new stuff for crafters. They're adding more crafting stuff.
Yeah, he's totally not excited about that at all. Tell us how you really feel.
I'm a kid. Gladys is getting a ninja job. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We've lost control of the chat.
I was actually Crayola Kitty made a good point. They actually have they have two different models for paying monthly, and I forgot to mention that. They actually have a $14.99 a month, which I pay, and then there's a $3.
Oh, right.
So that is $11.99 per month, and it allows you, instead of getting up to 8 characters per server made, because they allow you to multi-class. You can level every single class on one character. It's just a weapon swap, a la like what EverQuest Next is going to do. So you can all you need is really one character. The only reason you want maybe multiple characters if you wanted to play a different race. But you don't have to. So she pays $11.99 a month for one character per server. It's not a bad deal. It's one way around to saying like I now saving $3 over a 12-month period is $36. So that's not bad. That's that's a tank of gas or a drink at Starbucks.
Barely.
Right. Not a grande though. A small drink.
It's true.
Yeah, a small drink. A small cup of the strongest coffee.
Right, and I think that I don't know. It depends on what I'm getting. If I they have different tiers of subscription, because even back in the day they did gold subscriptions and silver subscriptions in Vanguard. But my memory is getting a little bit hazy. I don't know if that was when they were,
Yeah. EverQuest 2 did that as well. It gave you like silver subscription was $5, and it gave you some things. It allowed you to create a couple more characters, I think, on the server, and you didn't see as many pop-ups to subscribe in your patch. So, not a big thing, I guess, but it's something. You paid that $5.
All right. So that's a completely great segue because we are going right back, and we're going to talk about the subscription model in EverQuest next, because we know that like you're going to have two choices. You're going to play for free, or well, actually, I guess that's three options. You're going to play for free and never spend any money. You're going to buy the all access and have access to all of SOE's games, and you're going to get 500 station cash per month, or you're going to buy station cash to buy the things that you want in the game when you want them. So I know I kind of went on a rant about subscription games and how, like, if I'm going to pay a subscription, just give me everything. Like, I want access to everything, paying my $15 a month. And the reason why I'm like, it's not my preferred system in EverQuest Next, going with the all access, but I think that it's only slightly below, is because that I buy the all access, I get all of the benefits of a subscription, and anything that's on the store that I feel that I want to complete like my collection, or to feel like that's what I get the 500 station cash a month for. It's like, oh, that thing that's on the station cash store that everybody has that I don't have, I can just go out and buy. I think that it's not ideal in my opinion, but it balances things out well.
I like being able to go buy crap on demand. I'm sorry. I am a woman who enjoys to shop, and I am absolutely into instant gratification.
At least she's honest about it, right?
Yes. But that's good, though.
Well, not only is it honest, it's also self-aware. It's like, I know, or she knows, like there are players out there that know that, like, hey, when I want something, I don't want to have to wait a couple of months for my station cash balance to grow that comes with my subscription. It's like, hey, you know what? I just got a bonus at work and it was an extra 20, 30, 40, whatever, and I'm just going to throw it down and buy that thing that I've been looking for. Woo! Woo! My day is made.
Woo! Money bomb! I love money bombs. I mean, they're not even a real thing to me. I love them already.
Well, see, Guild Wars 2 kind of had something like that. They had like little baskets that you could buy and you threw them down on the ground or something like that. I'm trying to remember because it was the only time I ever saw people playing around with them was very early in the game. But you're right. People were nuts over them. We had like a little fiesta. Everybody went out and bought their little, explodey package balls and threw them on. We had a great time.
You guys are surprisingly comfortable talking about balls exploding.
Welcome to EverCast.
All right, so China, what do you think about the EverQuest Next all access station cache?
He's mid-lunge, hold on.
He's flexed.
EverQuest Next, as long as it mimics sort of a PlanetSide 2 model where everything's sort of a bonus, I'm cool with it. I'm totally happy. I think that there's a lot of potential for appearance items and things like that in EverQuest Next, and who knows, especially when it comes to like guild cities and creations, whether or not that landmark creations can be vetted as trusted income sources that you can buy on the station cache. So essentially bringing Player Studio into EverQuest Next as well. I think that could be awesome. I'm cool with boosts. I'm cool with appearance items being sold. I'm also cool with, the ability with all access for me to pay $15 a month and get bonuses here and there, like, maybe enhanced leveling speed or something like that, since it's across all games. So.
But there's going to be no leveling in EverQuest Next.
There is. They're not saying that it's going to be a level, but there's going to be progression. So you will be earning something to advance your character. You'll be advancing your classes, leveling your classes, which is not necessarily going to be like level 1 to 100.
Do you think it's actually going to be leveling a class, or?
No, they already said there was. They said that And offhanded, it was actually during the first SU Live in the classes panel, they were saying, we want you to be able to progress your class no matter which one you're playing at the time. So it kind of insinuates that when you play it, you gain some sort of experience to level up your class, whatever they call it or however they manage it. Still, there's going to have to be progression. It's an RPG. Just hopefully more vertical progression than straight horizontal, right? More ways to play, not better ways. You don't become more powerful, you unlock different ways to play, right?
Other way around. It's more horizontal progression, less vertical progression.
Is that what I said? Or did I say the opposite?
I think you said the opposite.
No, what Tamlin says is exactly what I meant.
Right. And I think that's another element of EverQuest Next that that lends itself to a better model that way, because I don't like racing against somebody who's buying, experience boost potions to like supplement their leveling, because it's like and that's what, like, I'm looking at the Warcraft and they're like, okay, if you want a max level character, just give us the money and we'll give you one. It's the same sort of thing. Like, if you just want to buy one, go buy one. There's part of my MMO experience is the journey, is that like the getting to the max level, and I really don't like the feeling that there are two games to be played. There's the game that's played at max level, and then there's the game that is played to get to max level. And if you're selling experience points, experience boosts and stuff like that, what you're basically telling the consumer is that the gameplay going to max level isn't worth playing because you can skip it. And I don't want EverQuest Next to be like that. I want people to enjoy the experiencing the world and getting to that upper level tiered stuff. And that's why I like the level-less system, so that you can like join with your friend that just started playing the game, or group up with a newbie and not feel like, okay, well, we're going to run this instance or to get this gear drop because it will make you fight better and you'll get a whole lot of experience doing it. It's like, do it because it's fun. Do it because it's a really cool part of the world that you want a new player to see.
I agree. I don't know. I like free to play is cool because there's no barrier to entry. There's no money I gotta put down for it. So if EverQuest Next is bunk, at least I didn't spend money on it. GG SOE.
You take that back.
Right now.
Listen, I talked about a game that doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist to us yet.
Right.
When do you guys think we're gonna see that first live in-game footage of EverQuest Next? Like, real quick,
Have we?
For a year.
No, we have.
We have seen it.
At the classes.
Okay, how about a live version of the game that we see?
That we haven't seen.
Running around and that could have been just another demo setup, right?
Right.
It doesn't have to be a live client, no UI or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but you're right. I would love to see it on a consumer PCer's computer logging into their client
right?
and see how the game is rendered that way. You're right. We have not seen that, and that is something that I don't know. Probably another 8 months.
That's a good time frame. I like that. I'd go with that.
Yeah.
So far away.
I'm gonna agree with Tamlin.
Whoa. Isn't it whoever's closest without going over? Isn't that how the rule
is that it? Are we doing another bet? Okay, then. Wow, all right.
6 months. Screw you all.
All right, Flatus, train it.
I'm going to go with 4 months.
Ooh, so soon.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say that they're going to have something ready Q1 for us to start looking at. I could imagine by SWE Live next year we should have some kind of beta going on. That's my opinion. Wow. So I think we'll see some kind of footage. We'll see.
Based on kind of what they said at the end of Landmark Live. I think we'll have a ramp up of information. We may see like an in-game. Are we talking like a legit in-game video of like combat?
Yeah, like something real in the client, something that we can expect that's sort of for players to eventually play.
Right. Not like a dev client logging into the server and rendering the game. We're talking like you like a PC that's the equivalent of yours and mine, logging in over an
Running
internet,
the game.
logging into the server over an internet connection and rendering the game.
Oh, jeez. To be honest, if they were, I mean, God, no, man, I almost want to say SOE Live. I almost want to just say like that far out. I think they want to like show something that big at SOE Live. Because why would you blow your load right before? That's the honest truth. Why would you blow your load right before the big event? Like,
you're right. You're right. So here it is. It's Chewy in 4, Kai less than 6, Tamlin in 8, and Flatus SOE Live is right around 10 months away. So we'll just go to 4, 6, 8, 10.
that's about right.
Okay, that's 2 minutes before we go off. Any quickie questions from the chat that we want to answer? Any last final thoughts on?
We're talking about blowing loads and quickies. Oh my god!
Welcome to EverCast.
Do I have plausible deniability since my face hasn't actually shown all episode? This could just be someone else talking.
No, you have a pretty distinct voice.
Oh, man.
It's obviously you. You lose.
We should.
We did.
No.
Yeah, we did have a question. Do you folks feel that the companies in the past have really tried to push out their game sooner than they should have? Yes.
Yes.
Not Blizzard.
Vanguard.
We wait a whole year
Yeah,
to
no.
put out new content.
Not Blizzard, but the Elder Scrolls Online. Yes.
The SWTOR, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most games, yes.
The original rendition of Final Fantasy XIV. Yes.
EverQuest 2, yes.
Yeah. Blizzard. Nope. Blizzard will take.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. I'd say most MMOs.
Everyone except Blizzard, but Blizzard will make you wait a year on the same raid.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So true.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, and that's like if we really wanted to tear into them, I would say that I'm paying $15 a month for that, and that's
For
Oh no! You want me to go off on Blizzard about something that I think they're screwing up? They just updated all of the character models except Blood Elves. They're like, no, fuck you, Blood Elves. We hate you. We hate you, and everybody else gets to be prettier than you for like at least 6 months because you suck.
They didn't even finish all of the features that they had promised in the expansion.
Isn't that a little sketch? Like, they're going to release this expansion, not, like, people are paying $40 to $90 for, depending if you're getting regular to collectors, for a game that's not finished?
Yeah, probably ish. But
you mean
MMO companies did it too?
didn't Sony just recently do that to us? Like, here, I want to take $100 of your dollars, but I'm gonna let you play before it's really officially released, and it's technically not finished. So I'm not gonna say anything bad about that. But really,
No, but we knew what we were signing up for. We were like, we know that this is an alpha game.
Well,
But this is an expansion.
Is it? There's not been a single content update since the last expansion. Is that what you guys are saying? Like
they just had one for like pre-launch.
Yep, it's pre-launch right now. And it's the most recent update.
Sorry.
And it's not that. I don't know if it's that great of a thing, but it's something. It gives you a couple of quests. You want a quest? Go do those 6 quests, and you're done.
Let me just say that I've already done it on all but one of my 90s. It was pretty easy peasy.
No. It was the lamest intro to an expansion that they've done. And we talked before about a little bit about like how we like to experience the story, the lore, the narrative of a game, right? And Warcraft, they've gotten worse. Like you go and
they really have.
You go and you see the end of Siege of Orgrimmar, where they defeat the raid boss and they throw the old war chief in chains, and then at the beginning of the next expansion, you've got no context and no clue what's going on. What has happened since then? And I've been playing the video game the whole time. It's like, well, I guess I didn't read that novel or read that comic book, whatever they've done since then, and it bothers me. Like,
and if you're I was gonna. Well, go ahead, Kai.
I liked the priest stuff. It was kind of cool seeing the gate all fucking bloody red and people actually being out there because
Do you
I
know
didn't
how
play
Garage
Burning
got back in
Crusade
time?
when it originally launched. Like, if I had to pick my favorite art style out of all of World of Warcraft, it's Burning Crusade. Yeah,
Do you know
Burning
how
Crusade.
Garage went back in time, though?
Huh?
Do you know how Garage went back in time, though?
I do.
Where did you find out?
I read it online from Blizzard in the patch notes. Blah ha ha.
Fuck that.
It was a bronze. You read fucking books to get lore for EverQuest next.
There's a difference because it's establishing. It's
Even I know he used
establishing.
the bronze dragon to get it back.
It was a bronze dragon that went back and helped him.
But see, there's a difference between the way that EverQuest Next is presenting it because they're establishing what their world is. This is all pre-contextual stuff. They don't even have the game out yet. But every change that occurs in that world once they've launched, I should have a clue about what happened while I'm playing the game. I shouldn't have to find out that this person died or this pregnant woman left or this guy got a bronze dragon and went back in time through not playing the game.
Let me just point out really fast that he bitches that he doesn't know what happened and why Garrosh is where he is, but he hasn't asked once what happened to Thrall's wife.
Oh no, that's a rant. We get him started on that.
I know.
We talked about that before. We talked about that.
That's why I brought it up.
But
I was being a bitch.
I was gonna say real quick before, and I'll camp this out, I guess. But I was gonna say real quick, like I'm a big, like I played all of the RTSs, and like this hurts my feelings because it's just pretty much saying, well, we retroed everything else, might as well retro all the RTSs. Like now, like the biggest thing is that whole like his father dies, and it's because of like the demon blood gets on him. Like it sets the path now. Like the Iron Horde setting out. I'm just shaking my head. I'm like I would like everything is wrong. Like they had so many things that they could do, and it just Blizzard, you take all the cool things. Shame.
Right, and that's another point. That's a great point to make. Is that even though the video of Arthas killing his father is in a cutscene, at least it's in the cutscene while you're playing the game. So you don't have to, like, you understand what's going on. Like, Arthas goes back to Lordaeron, kills his father. Like, it's in a cutscene, but at least when you come back and you're playing the game, you understand, like, okay, this is what happened up to, and this is him killing his father, and now I can play the game again, and things have changed. But, like, finding lore outside of while I'm participating in the game, even if it's not direct gameplay, like, God, it's inexcusable.
Yeah, it's a bad thing. I don't know. I feel like, especially if they're launching this thing, like, Blood Elves not done, like, I would rather Blizzard say, listen, we're going to push back the, like, because they said the original launch date was, like, December something. I feel like they're launching so they have something launched.
No, it's the week after BlizzCon, that's why they're doing it then.
Man. Way to go, Blizzard. GG. Good job. Good job. You cancel. We know why you canceled Titan. We figured that out. We figured out the math on that. You're like 20 million players playing Hearthstone. That's free to play, and we can charge for cards. Why are we making this stupid MMO? Let's go. Let's get Heroes of the Storm out. Did you hear what they did? People paid in-game money to unlock characters and stuff. They wiped that. You're not getting any coins or anything back. What they gave you instead was a rainbow goat mount that you
I thought they said they were refunding what you spent in the cash store as in-game credit.
What? Maybe. Oh, maybe they are.
Yeah, I think that's
I have to go look, but I think you're also getting like a rainbow goat mount.
Well,
if you spend
rainbow goat mount.
Yeah, not in World of Warcraft. This is a Heroes of the Storm mount. It's like a little goat that you ride. And
it
farts rainbows?
If it's Captain Rainbow Fart Sparkles.
Wow.
I don't know if that's his name, but that should be his name, Captain Rainbow Fart Sparkles.
So saith Flatus, so it shall be known as.
Wow.
Yep. Anyway, That's this is the 36th episode of EverCast show. That's going down next week. Oh wait, did we forget?
Yeah, no, that's how you're going right into what I was going to say. Next week we're going to talk all the changes that they've done with EverQuest, not EverQuest Next, Landmark Combat. We will be ready to talk about. I'm excited to get back into Landmark PvP. Friend me so that you can either kill me and make me cry, or I can, kill you. We'll have a good time killing one another.
Yeah. And there's also the EverCast Guild on Landmark, so that's a thing.
Get a hold of me in game. I am Kyle Est, shocker, in game.
Yeah. And if you are interested, if you played Final Fantasy 14, because I know last episode some people said they'd be interested, message me here on Twitch or message me on Twitter, and we have a guild. We started a free company in Final Fantasy 14. And if you want to go play, come play with us. I have a TeamSpeak server. You come hang out. What you see is what you get. So if I make you laugh here, I'll probably make you laugh everywhere else.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true story.
So thank you all for coming out. You can contact us at evercast.show@gmail.com. Like us and thumbs up on Stitcher, and like us and thumbs up on the YouTubes. And thank you all. And we will see you next week. Camping in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. See you all next time.
Good night.